Jenny mentioned the budget agreement includes nearly double the homelessness funding Governor Newsom initially proposed. It's money that advocates say is needed as a new report shows California making progress in addressing homelessness. ABC 10's Becca Hobegger has been following the money and joins us tonight with a breakdown.
Yeah, Alex, a recent report from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, found California's overall homeless population decreased 2.8% from 2024 to 2025, and specifically unsheltered homelessness dropped nearly 6.8%, according to the point-in-time count estimates. So that's why advocates say now is the time to keep investing in solutions.
Since 2020, the state of California has been awarding one-time annual grants of taxpayer dollars to local governments to address homelessness. It's called the Homeless Housing Assistance and Prevention, HAP, grant program.
We treasure those state dollars.
Jana Haynes is the public information manager for Sacramento County's Department of Homeless Services and Housing. Data on HAP's website shows Sacramento County has received a total of nearly $50 million since 2020. Haynes says it's put to good use, with some of the money running county shelters, some supporting youth in or at risk of homelessness.
We also have HAP dollars allocated to our outreach partner, Community Health Works, that does street outreach. And sometimes that's a thorough put to shelter, but they've also been able to house people directly off the streets.
She says the money is distributed to counties and major cities in part based on point-in-time count homeless population estimates. In 2020, across all local governments, the state distributed $650 million. The next round, $300 million. After that, it has been $1 billion per year until now. Last year's budget, looking ahead to now, earmarked just $500 million for HAP funding, but the final budget agreement unveiled last week shows lawmakers added another $400 million, bringing the HAP funding total to $900 million for this coming budget year.
The state has now seen 110,000 people move back into permanent housing over a 3-year span, thanks to the HAP program.
Alex Visotsky with the National Alliance to End Homelessness says he's glad lawmakers added more funds in the final budget on the heels of a federal report showing California's homeless population is decreasing.
The progress is a sign that we need to double down on what's working, because we know that folks around California are not satisfied with a 5% decrease in homelessness, a 10% decrease in homelessness. Everybody wants to see this problem addressed for good.
He and Haynes say they hope California's next governor considers multi-year HAP allocation commitments rather than the current year-to-year structure.
If there was a promise that this is your 3-year allocation, I think that we could certainly increase our impact, having that knowledge and knowing what we have to work forward.
Altogether, a governor's office spokesperson says the state has awarded about $4.1 billion through HAP, not including the $900 million in this next budget year. The California Department of Housing and Community Development, which runs the HAP program, says the next round of dollars should be announced in August.
Now, you might remember back in 2024, a state audit of California's 5 major state-funded homelessness programs found for 3 of them, including the HAP grant program, the state hadn't collected adequate outcome data to assess the cost effectiveness. Now, since then, the independent, nonpartisan Legislative Analyst's Office reported earlier this year the state has strengthened oversight and accountability measures for HAP through more stringent requirements for grant recipients. Alex.
All right, Becca, thank you.